everything that can go wrong went wrong. Man, that's got to be the perfect storm. You know, when everything went exactly as planned for them.
It's frustrating. It's real frustrating. You know, it's a lot of things that could have went our way that didn't.
This is my 6th game this season that I lost last second shot. So.
It's disappointing that we weren't able to execute and get more shots on goal to give ourselves a chance when you're up 14, 16 points.
It's definitely tough for us, especially with the race we're in for the playoff spot. So, you know, it's a tough game. Got to forget about this one and bounce back to the next one.
Thank God we play tomorrow night. I'd rather do that and get on the plane. We can focus on that. It's a big game.
We don't have time to, you know, to think about that game because it's important game tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a new day. You know, we've been a resilient group all year. You know, we've showed a lot of character all year.
We got to try to get over this one a little fast. You know, it hurts. It was a tough loss. But, you know, there's nothing we can do about it now. We just got to focus on and move forward.
Less than 24 hours after a heartbreaker in Milwaukee, it is right back to work for the Heat. And once again, a pivotal game in the playoff chase. Last night it was against the team just ahead of them. Tonight, the team right behind them. Miami Heat visiting Beantown inside there, the TD Garden, to take on the Boston Celtics right here on Sunsports. And man, have we got a long list to talk about. First of all, Hassan Whiteside out tonight. Mario Chalmers wearing the standings on his jersey, and you see the standings there as well. And you see why this game is so important. But Dwayne Wade, another storyline tonight, and Michael Beasley. Man, Bees, rock the hat, do whatever you can do, John, because the Heat are going to need everyone.
Talk about rocking a hat. Look at that.
Birdman as well. He rocks it. You know, I was curious when he brings the Starbucks. He's got the coffee.
That's actually all for him, by the way.
You don't need it tonight because unlike last night, the Heat finish, led by the co-captain, making up for the loss of the other co-captain not on the court tonight, and Goran Dragic playing like the captain. He was the boss. Tolu Oldang late. The Heat did not play well in the fourth, but they finished tonight and bounced back with a huge 93-86 win in Boston. Why was this win so huge? We'll take a look at it.
It was. I mean, they couldn't play a traditional game because they were so undermanned up front with both Bird and Whiteside out. So they went smaller, and look at UD responding well. Right here, the team scrambled. They made extra passes. They got to open areas. Ennis came in. He hadn't been playing. He comes off the bench and performs. Again, a nice drive and kick. When you have smaller guys on the floor, you try to beat the other team with ball movement and quick drives and passes and cuts. You can't play a traditional post-up game where you go inside, out, inside. So the Heat did it with their speed and quickness and their ball movement by beating the Boston Celtics off the dribble. Great result.
Let's look at the final stats. And John, you look at those, what stands out when we kind of look at, obviously the end result is the best part.
Time professional performance, always ready. Comes in. Obviously, we mentioned it with Whiteside and Bird out. He's the logical guy to come in. Played minutes last night, has to come out, winds up playing 38 tonight, does all the dirty work. Look at the charge there, got the rebounds. You mentioned the 12 boards. He was also a factor scoring the ball, too. Look at him here leading the charge on the outlet pass, getting into the open area. Look at him finishing. Good dive cuts to the basket. Here's a pass, and now a give-and-go action with Dragic feeding him back. So did a really good job tangibly of finishing and being productive, scoring and rebounding, but also intangibly with his leadership, with the loose balls, with setting the tone physically. Really impressed with his performance.
Always want UD on your side. And, John, you want this guy on your side, too. We missed last night's game, but Tyler Johnson was huge tonight.
He was. He had 5 of 8 shooting, 12 points. Look at the speed here. I love the way he finishes here. Really underrated as an athlete. This guy can really get on top of the rim quickly. Look at the little steal here, anticipation and finish. He surprises the defense with his speed, his ability to make mid-range jump shots now becoming apparent. That makes him much harder to guard. This hurt the Heat. He tweaked the ankle right here on this play right here. Rolled that left ankle, which he's had some problems with in the past, and he had to walk off and get it retaped.
And then finally, from Tyler Johnson, again, the hard effort to be able to come back. He got that ankle tape, played strong tonight. We're going to hear from Tyler, by the way, in just a moment. But how about Henry Walker? And every time we reference him of late, John, it said he struggled a bit of late, but he starts to seem like he's finding that stroke again.
Yeah, he is. And he's, you know, they really needed someone to be able to make outside shots because they weren't going to get interior post. plays it all with Whiteside out, and Walker really stepped up. 4 of 8 from the field. It's the same as he was from 3 because he didn't take a 2-point shot. Those 12 points were super important. Heat wound up shooting almost 38% from beyond the arc. A lot of that goes to Walker. He was a great threat outside on the perimeter.
As we promised, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. The Beasley block, and then the downhill skier, Goran Dragic, straight line drive right to the hoop, 2 of his 22 points. And then Tyler Johnson came back, made it a 4-point possession for Miami, en route to one of the most satisfying victories of the season. Not only when it comes, but how it happened. One night after the 1-point heartbreak in Milwaukee, the Heat able to hold off Boston.
The Dragon, Dragic, was outstanding in this game. Came out with an edge, really felt like he knew he had to have a top-performing game to make it competitive and keep the Heat in the game, and he did. Look at his speed right there, the way he excels. Here he gets to the open area on the driving kick, knocks down the triple. He did a great job of mixing up his game. Look at him here, getting again to the corner when he saw the drive by Rio. That was his second 3-point made shot. Here he shows, I do have a right hand, even though I'm left-handed. A little right hand hesitation, explodes and finishes. Here he goes again. Look at this acrobatic move with Zeller trying to come over to block the shot. Love the way Dragic played. Had 22 points, had 7 assists. Look at him even picking up a charge here on a really fast play in the transition. Just a great overall performance. Shows his grittiness, shows his leadership ability. With D-Wade out, they needed one of their stars to step up, and Dragic was the guy.
Boys, Goran, you knew last night this was going to be a tough game. I'm watching you huffing and puffing now. You're all over the floor. You had to do a lot of scoring with guys down. What did it take to hold on? Was it the cushion, or was it you all's resolute attitude to get out of here with a victory, or a little bit of both?
I would say both. I mean, we know that this game is really important for us, especially after last game. Probably it was the similar situation. We were up 20. And, you know, it's a minded game, because you know that last game you were up 16 and you lose that game. And you can see that today was basically the same story. And I'm really glad that we won that game.
22-point cushion helped out. Now tell me, what are you seeing in these latter parts of games? Maybe it's just a stretch of time that puts you all in these types of positions.
I don't know, they're just more aggressive. They really pressure us. You know, they don't let us to go slow. I mean, easy in the offense, and you know they really pressure that passing lane, and it's really hard to pass the ball, you know, from one side to the other. And I think so that's our problem right now. We need to get low, try to seal the guy and open up, and but you know. we need to see on the tape, and hopefully you know, the next last 11 games, 12 games, that we're not going to have these kind of games anymore.
Are you able to really grasp the excitement and the really success of being able to grab this when you're in these really nip and tuck battles because of the way you guys lost last night, and then being able to hold on to win tonight? Yeah,
I'm proud of my teammates and the whole team. You know, especially Hassan is out with the injury. Dwayne is out, and you know the bench guys, they step in, you know, and that's the quality of our team. Everybody can play, and you know that's the beauty of basketball too. And I think so, you know, when we got everybody healthy, it's going to be really tough to beat us. But you know, we demonstrate that we don't look for excuses. Who we got on the bench, we're going to play with those guys.
Goran, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, the Dragon is huffing and puffing. The 7 on his back, ripped. But a victory for the Miami Heat on the road. A bounce back on the backside of a back-to-back. 93-86. Dragic doing everything necessary for victory.
Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics 93-86. If you'd like to catch tonight's game again, tune in tonight at midnight or tomorrow at 11 a.m. as we replay all of tonight's action, presented by your South Florida Honda dealers. This has been a presentation of Sunsports, your exclusive home for Miami Heat basketball, from my partner, John Crotty. One and only Jason Jackson, the great duo of Eric Reed and the coach, Tony Fiorentino. I'm Will Mansell saying thanks for watching. Las Olas, here we come. We leave you now with the final take.